Hiya.
What's going on, Ernie?
Not much. How about you?
Yeah. Ernie wants to wax the truck.
Hey, I'm just here to help.
Okay, so I figured this is one of our last warm days. So I figured I'd put a quick coat of wax on it. And Ernie's always bugging me to wax it, so I gave him a call.
Yeah.
So I was just going to do a quick job, 15-minute job, half-hour job.
15 minutes to wax this big thing.
Yeah. But I figured since we're doing it, and since Ernie was going to be here,
Doing it style.
he's the expert on this stuff, or he knows a lot more about it than me.
Yeah.
So I lined everything up here. I didn't really think it was going to be that much, but this is actually what I use. You know, I don't do it all at one time.
No.
You know, I usually do the tires separately, to tell you the truth. I just did the tires the other day, you know, because that's a job in itself. Yeah, I just did a quick job the other day just to wash off the mud and stuff like that. So, okay, so just to go over it quickly here, some type of good car wash.
This is McGuire's. This is actually NXT. This would go great with that.
NXT stands for Next Generation, right?
Yeah.
NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the nanotechnology stuff. Whenever you get wax these days, I'd say always get the nanotechnology. Here it says engineered synthetic polymers, ESP. So I'm not going to read the whole package, but, because the nanotechnology seals in the little microscopic pits. So both of these are good, you know, for quick jobs, just a wash and wax.
Yeah, that's more or less for that.
What do you think about wash and wax together? Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, yeah, for some cars, some vehicles it is. It's not for everything.
Then here too it says polymer technology.
Yeah.
So hopefully these people know what they're doing.
McGuire's or they
Yeah.
been around for years.
Okay, and then, you know, some type of bug and tar
That's what
remover.
Rain-X did. Well, what that does, if you got bugs on the wing, well, anywhere around the exterior or something like that, it'll remove it along with the tar. It's good for down here, up here, and all that stuff.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to use lighter fluid and
I'm surprised you didn't set the car on fire.
charcoal lighter and stuff like that.
Yikes.
I don't even know if they made stuff like this back then. Did
What,
they?
that?
Yeah, no. So we had to use lighter fluid back then, right? Yeah. So these days, a bottle of this will last you forever. You know, just don't get carried away
Don't tell me about it.
with it. You know, I've had this bottle for years. So you just spray it on, spray it along the bottom usually, or you can just do spots. You know, if you got a couple of tarry spots, and then just wash the truck.
So this is Rain-X. That's the same product as that. They're best known for, you know, windshield wipers and this stuff.
Yeah.
Rain-X they're best known for this right here, and this is more or less for your insides.
Carnauba wax, which is really supposed to be good for your paint. You know?
Actually, all of these waxes have Carnauba wax in it because it's very hard. It'll last for a long time.
Really? So this too, especially in the winter, this would be good in winter because then all the rain and the ice probably slides off a lot better because you're putting Rain-X all over your whole car, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you know, hopefully you've heard about Rain-X for your windshield. You know, usually you buy it in a small bottle, you know.
That's for the inside.
But for the truck, this one really comes in handy because you can spray it up there.
You can also spray on the headlights and taillights as well.
Oh yeah, side windows, side mirrors, yeah, for sure. in the directions it says to spray it on, let it dry, and then wipe it off, you know, to a white haze. But what I usually do is just spray it on and then wash the truck. Just wash it off with the brush. Just depends on how picky you want to get. So I would definitely recommend this. It's a lot easier than fooling around with these small bottles. Rain-X in the bottle for the exterior comes in a yellow bottle. This one here,
That's for the that's for the interior.
yeah, this is for the interior. If your inside windows fog up a lot, you can put this on the inside of your windows and then they won't fog up.
This stuff right here. This is for the rims. And you know, I mean, this stuff is great.
Yeah, it's for the aluminum rims.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you've got fancy rims, make sure you get the right cleaner. Here it says aluminum on it.
Yeah.
Some of the rim cleaner now, it says for all types, but
Don't believe it.
what I would do is just go into a car part store and ask them what kind you need for your vehicle. You know, if you don't use the right kind, you can damage your rims.
As for this is for your tires. This stuff's real easy. All I gotta do is just shake it, spray it on in one step. Comes up clean.
Do you have to rinse this off? I usually rinse it off, spray it on, leave it sit for a while, and then rinse it. But I don't think you have to.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. And then I like this one, you know, because it has UV technology,
That's for you. That's for the inside.
but I use it on my tires.
UV technology is more, you know, in case your dashboard or something like that gets hot, it protects it. Some of this stuff you cannot use in direct sunlight. This happens to be one of them. Even though Meguiar does make car wax that is, it can be used in direct sunlight. But this stuff is pretty good.
Oh yeah, that would be like the most important thing now with the wax is some of it you can't use in sunlight. But some these days you can, right?
Yeah, the turtle wax you can use it in direct sunlight. Meguiar's, I think Mother's has some. There's a couple of them to do.
Shake will.
The bottle
You
dummy.
should say shake bottle will. Right? For best results, apply to a clean, cool surface in the shade. That's the very first line. I got this, it was a demo at Home Depot, so I got it cheap. It was like 30 bucks or even less. There's packages of pads. You know, a package of 3 is 10 bucks alone. So you just have to wash them out. It's a real pain to wash them out. I think what you do is you put the wax on here, right?
Yeah.
Like this.
Actually, that's more like the buffer.
This goes on here.
That's the buffer.
Really? Okay. Okay, so I was gonna watch it.
You need the pad.
Okay, so that brings us to this.
Uh-oh.
I tried to put everything in here. You know, I kept throwing it up on the shelf and throwing it in a box. And I finally figured out I had an empty case. I might as well use it, right? I caught it on sale at Lowe's, 30 bucks. So I put all my car cleaning stuff in here. This is the coolest thing for cleaning tires. You put it onto a battery powered drill. And then these are the more expensive ones, and it's okay, but I don't think it's really worth the money.
Well, but it is.
It's nice, yeah.
You can get it between the cracks and everything.
But down in here, I keep all my waxes and my rags and stuff like that. So Ernie's talking about this one. That's the one for waxing, right?
Actually,
Well, that's
this is the one you apply the one on. But then,
yeah. What he's talking about is there's special rags to put the stuff on and take the stuff off. So
Yeah.
So usually the rag that I use to put the wax on, I usually just throw it out because you'll be there all
You can use
day.
it, or you can just get one of those pads.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
if you want to do it by hand, just get one of those little pads.
Oh yeah.
And all
Okay.
that stuff. And,
I don't have any pads,
yeah.
but I just use the buffer now. I spread it on real quick with the rag, and then I just use the buffer it, and it makes waxing the truck a 15-minute job. Okay. So this stuff works great on your rims, mag and aluminum polish. I think it does a good job. It's just a fancy cleaner, instead of using dish soap,
You should never use dish soap on a vehicle.
Yeah, don't use dish soap on a vehicle,
It don't clean good on a vehicle.
but it takes your clear coat off. Okay,
It strips the wax.
okay Ernie, so get to work.
Yeah, brother.
Okay, so to wash the truck, it's nice to have one of these long handle brushes. You can get them for under 20 bucks. I think I bumped into a couple at a discount store for 10 bucks. I usually don't even bother with the hose part. You can connect a hose to it. And a nice bucket. It's nice to have a long bucket that your brush will fit down into. So this is a Rubbermaid bucket. It was about 15 bucks, but I got tired of fighting with them round ones because the brush won't go down inside. I just put duct tape all over it to make it look old so no one would steal it. Probably gonna start raining pretty soon.
After a while.
And then it snows tomorrow night, so we gotta be able to make it back.
Yeah, it's not, well, the appointment's not till 11:30.
It's not supposed to snow till late.
Somebody that knows how to do it, wash the car.
Huh?
How to do it. Somebody that knows how to do it. Man, all you gotta do is narrate. All you gotta do is narrate.
It's nice to have a good rubber hose.
Yeah.
Cheap hoses are just a big pain. These days they're making hoses without lead. So if you're in the market for a new hose, it's nice to get one without lead, especially if you got kids. You know, filling up the pool in the backyard with your hose, with an old hose that contains lead, that might not be good for your kids. So I got an old hose there. I picked that one up when my niece moved. You know, it was left over from the previous owner of the house, and it doesn't leak, but it's like moving around bricks. It's so stiff. Want to buy a hose, Ernie?
Why?
Ernie uses those flexible hoses that
They work pretty
expand.
good.
Those are great, yeah. They're gonna spring leaks. There's nothing you can do about it, but they're really, really convenient to use. Get yourself a big brush so you can get up in your wheel wells. Ernie, you can grab the hose and rinse off the wheel well. See if I missed it. Okay, so while we're waiting for the truck to dry, I'm gonna do the.
Might help if we just wipe it down.
I'm gonna do the rims. I'll do the rims while Ernie's wiping it down. Nice to have plenty of rags.
Yeah. Well, you mean when you get people that don't know what the hell they're doing.
So I think it says on here only do one tire one at a time. For best results, clean and dry one wheel at a time. But you know, I just do them real quick.
Yeah, we don't have any chrome polish.
So usually I wash them with soap first, and then I use this to clean them up. But I just washed them last week, so I just skipped right to the cleaner.
Get to the good part.
Yeah. Okay, so make sure you wear safety glasses when you're using this stuff. When you're using this thing, because the chemicals come flying at you. Okay, so I did a whole video on how I clean the wheels, but just to give you a quick example, you know, I sprayed the stuff on, and then, you know, each rim will be different, but I go over the holes here, and then just run it around there, try and get the edge. Stay away from these things because you don't want to spring a leak just for cleaning the rim. So I don't worry about if there's a little bit of dirt around those. just gonna get dirty again in a couple days. These things pop right off. You know, it'd probably be easier to clean them. You know, if you pop those off. But this thing does good enough. So, you know, that's all I do. You know, it takes me 15 minutes to do all 4 tires. Without that electric brush, you know, you'll be here all day trying to scrub them things up. Of course, you know, you can use it on the tires too.